Hi, Right Writers. Cruz here. Thank you so much for joining me. In this video, we are going to be writing a 160 word essay in 25 minutes. The Oxford Test of English inspired me to write as many essays as possible within the time frame of 25 minutes and within the word count of 160 words. Please keep in mind, right, writers, that I am excited not only to do these prompts, I'll also share the link to the prompt and where I retrieved it. But also, I decided to use my Chat GPT version 4 for this activity as well. So if you stay till the end of the video, you will see what my Chat GPT the output that it presented to me on this very prompt. So we're going to go ahead and take it from the top. I'm going to go ahead and read the prompt, and then, right writers, I'm going to start my timer. Please keep in mind, right writers, yes, I've seen the prompt. It's true, but I also just like I said, input the prompt in the Chat GPT 4 and then just copied it and then pasted it on this Google Doc. But I did not practice it in any way. I did not read what Chat GPT did. I do have a word count, which we'll talk about later. But for the most part, I just kind of did a copy paste and then just wanted to practice this idea of human versus AI, and again, seeing the output that is presented under the time constraints. But keep in mind the Chat GPT 4 was able to generate an essay in exactly 2 minutes, whereas I am going to take 25 minutes to write 160 words. So definitely it beats me on time, but we'll take a look at, again, the AI's version towards the end of this video. All right, so we definitely have our prompt right here. I'm going to go ahead and read the prompt, but I'm starting the timer because in the Oxford Test of English, it goes, it immediately starts. The timer starts as soon as, you see the prompt or you pick the prompt. So I went ahead and did that. Here's what the prompt asks. Please keep in mind, right, writers, it is persuasive. Many science fiction stories deal with the possibility of being able to design, quote unquote, design our children by choosing the specific physical and personality traits we would like them to have. Do you think this is a good idea? Why or why not? Use specific reasons and examples to support your position. Okay, in this case, I am going to go ahead and say that and say that I am for the idea. So I support the idea of being able to design our children. That's also what I asked the AI to do. So I am going to take the same position and again just give myself the obviously my timer is going, but the 160 word limit as is required by the Oxford Test of English. So let's see how I would begin here. Designing our children. So I definitely want to, and again, we have copy and paste ability in the actual demo of the Oxford Test of English. So I'm going to go ahead and feel free to copy and paste. I definitely want to be able to say the prompt, be able to answer what it's asking here. So I'm going to say, being able to design our children by choosing the specific physical and personality traits we would like them to have. Um, Therefore, so this is going to be my last sentence in my introduction because I will have, right, writers, an intro, a body, an introduction, a body, paragraph, and a conclusion. Therefore, being able to design our children by choosing, and I'm going to change this slightly, by choosing their specific physical and personality traits is is a great idea. really, I was trying to think of something to replace great. So really, I feel like not just innovative, but I feel like it's almost, sort of patriotic to our world. So let me say, is a patriotic idea. And we'll come back to what I mean by that, right, writers? So, therefore, being able to design our children by choosing their specific physical and personality traits is a patriotic idea. So I was trying to think, right, writers, and I sort of had my head down here thinking about ideas, and came to my head, and I have 21 minutes remaining, right, writers. This idea of probability, this idea of gambling, um, because essentially, when one has a child, I mean, it is a gamble. It is a probability game. And we're sort of just, gambling that to some extent that we're going to produce a, healthy human being, but also a good human being, a decent human being in the world. Um, you know, a human being who is, can balance, give and take, um is, diplomatic, is um does not have, a temper, is not on one extreme or another, and sort of, an all around, just sort of, and not to say average, but just a balanced, a person with equal amounts almost of, yin and yang. So this idea, to me is like gambling, is, having a baby, um is is a gamble in itself, but it's a gambling game. It is a game of probability. So I'm going to go with that and use that as my metaphor, right, writers, as I write my introduction and conclusion. So, um having a child. And again, because it's persuasive, we want to input, ourselves. We can in the writing itself because it says, "Do you think this is a good idea?" So we can definitely bring in, pronouns like I, me, my, and put it in, place it in first person point of view here. Having a child is similar to playing any games involving chance and probability. Any type of game involving chance and probability. In other words, childbearing is akin, in other words, it is akin to gambling. It is akin to gambling. or instead of similar to. Just using different word choice, right, writers. Having a child is similar to playing any type of game involving to playing any game of chance, any game involving chance and probability. In other words, it is a gamble. Ask any parent, and again, just thinking of this idea of, do you want your odds in your favor or against? Ask any parent whether they would rather have the odds in their favor. Ask any parent whether they would rather have the odds in their favor with respect to their child. And I am confident the answer would be a resounding yes. Having a healthy baby, just thinking of designing, having a healthy baby with a with both a charming and giving disposition. Having a healthy baby with both a charming and giving disposition. Choosing to have a baby with both a charming and giving disposition. Instead of patriotic, I'm going to say generous. So let's take a look, right, writers. I've got 13 minutes and 53 seconds remaining. Having a child is similar to playing any game involving chance and probability. In other words, it is a gamble. Ask any parent whether they would rather have the odds in their favor with respect to their child, and I'm confident the answer would be a resounding yes. Choosing to have a healthy baby with a charming and giving disposition. Choosing to have a healthy baby with a charming and giving disposition. And again, some people may want an athletic baby. Some people may want, a baby who is um intellectually superior. So it really just depends on, the design of the parents. So a resounding yes. So I think I'm going to save this one for the body paragraph because it's almost like I'm describing what kind of baby maybe a parent would want. So I'm going to do that, right, writers? And I'm going to move this up just a little bit. I'm going to do a quick word count check just to see how many words I have so far. So I'm at 68. And again, I need 160 words or less. So, would be a resounding yes. Let's go back here. Ask any parent whether they would rather have the odds in their favor with respect to their child, and I'm confident the answer would be a resounding yes. Therefore, being able to design our children by choosing specific physical and personality traits is a generous idea. And maybe I'll play with words a little bit here is a glamorous idea. Imagine having imagine having a heart-to-heart discussion with your spouse about the qualities you would want to have. You would want to have. Imagine having a heart to heart discussion with your spouse about the qualities you would want to have or would want to, yeah, see or have in your newborn baby. I think I'm going to take our out. Therefore, being able to design children is a glamorous idea. Um, so imagine having a heart to heart discussion. Imagine two individuals having a heart to heart discussion about the qualities you about the qualities they would want to have in their newborn baby. Not only would this conversation not only would this conversation illuminate the values. Imagine two individuals having a heart to heart discussion about the 9 minutes and 20 seconds remaining, right, writers? Having a heart to heart discussion about the qualities they would want to have in their newborn baby, in their baby. Not only would this conversation illuminate their values, it would also highlight, it would also require compromise. Not only would this conversation illuminate their values, it would also require compromise. Brains over beauty, athleticism over grace, charm over charm over assertiveness or charm over confidence. Maybe I'll change that, confidence over charm. The list goes on and on. So I'm going to pause here, right, writers, and just check my word count. I am at 112 words, 6 minutes remaining. Imagine two individuals having a heart to heart discussion about the qualities they would want to have in their baby. Not only would this conversation illuminate their values, it would also require compromise. Brains over beauty, athleticism over grace, confidence over charm. The list goes on and on. In addition, they would both have to reveal. In addition, they might even reveal. In addition, the conversation may reveal hidden health and hidden health concerns. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste, right, writers, my intro. And I am going to move that to my conclusion because I've got 5 minutes remaining. So, and moving my last sentence to my first sentence. Standing proposition is an all in proposition. Why play the game of chance? Why gamble? Why gamble with chance and probability when you can have parents can have the odds stacked in not only their favor, stacked in their favor? So I was going to say society's favor, but again, it just depends. We don't know what would happen. 3 minutes remaining, right, writers. I've got to work on that body paragraph, but I need to check my word count. Okay, I'm at 154 words. So basically, I've got 6 words left. In addition, the conversation may reveal hidden health concerns. Um, where important having a heart to heart. Imagine two individuals having a 2 minutes and 53 seconds, right, writers? Let me check the conclusion one more time. Being able to design children by choosing specific physical and personality traits is an all in is an all in, is a win win proposition. Is a win win proposition. Why gamble with chance and probability when parents can have the odds stacked in their favor? Okay. Not only would this imagine two individuals having 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining, right, riders? Imagine two individuals having a heart to heart discussion about the qualities they would want to have in their baby. Not only would this conversation illuminate their values, it would also require compromise: brains over beauty, athleticism over grace, confidence over charm. The list goes on. The list goes on. In addition, the conversation would reveal hidden health concerns. What an what an innovative way to craft a child. Would reveal any hidden health concerns. What an innovative way to craft a child. Okay, I'm liking where this is going, right, writers. I'm at a minute, exactly a minute remaining. Wow, I am exactly at 160 words. I don't think I want to change anything, but this definitely feels right. The list goes on. In addition, the conversation would reveal any hidden health concerns. What an innovative way to craft a child. Okay, so I'm just going to put a line here, right, writers? I mean, at this point, I have 30 seconds remaining. And I am so glad, right, writers, that I went back and just adjusted that introduction, made that conclusion. So I feel like I'm asking a lot of questions, but I. I'm okay with it. I mean, I like where it is. I've got, 10 seconds remaining, 8 seconds, really, five, four, three, two, one. Timer off. So that was, if you heard a little boop, that's what that was. So, right, writers, I just wanted to, see what I was able to come up with under the time constraints, but also, I wanted to show you what Chat GPT 4 was able to do. So again, we will take a moment to just reread my intro, body, and conclusion, and then we will look at the AI. So bear with us here for a moment, right, writers, as we look at, again, our prompt. And in this case, we took the position, we supported it. In my next video, I will take the um, counter argument and explain why we should not be able to design our babies. But in this case, I supported the position. Okay, let's look at, again, intro, then body, paragraph, introduction, then body, paragraph, then conclusion. Having a child is similar to playing any game involving chance and probability. In other words, it is a gamble. Ask any parent whether they would rather have the odds stacked in their favor with respect to their child, and I'm confident the answer would be a resounding yes. Therefore, being able to design children by choosing specific physical and personality traits is a glamorous idea. Imagine two individuals having a heart to heart discussion about the qualities they would want to have in their baby. Not only would this conversation illuminate their values, it would also require compromise: brains over beauty, athleticism over grace, confidence over charm. The list goes on. In addition, the conversation would reveal any hidden health concerns. What an innovative way to craft a child! Being able to design children by choosing specific physical and personality traits is a win win proposition. Okay, so here we have a mistake, right, writers? And again, I just have to let it go. That was sort of kind of a dummy on my part. I should have changed that to is a win win, but it's going to stay as is because of, again, my error. Is a win win proposition. Why gamble with chance and probability when parents can have the odds stacked in their favor? So I'm pretty pleased with what I created, other than this little uh, stupid error here when I should have fixed it. But other than that, right writers, again, I'm pleased with it. And it really kind of illuminated for me, definitely this word illuminated, highlighted this idea of, think about that for a minute. Like before you actually have the baby, you're having a discussion with your spouse or with your significant other, like discussing the qualities, you know, um, the values that you have, having to, tell your spouse or partner or significant other, by the way, diabetes runs in my family, cancer does. A lot of times these are not discussions that newlyweds have, or people who are dating have, who want to have a baby together. So I just think that's fascinating to think about. And I hadn't really thought about that, this idea of having this very intimate conversation, um, before even launching into just having a child, which is, again, a miracle in and of itself. All right, right, writers. I know you've been waiting for the big reveal here. So I have the AI version. And so it seemed to have moved it down as I was typing. So here is what it came up with. Now, what is interesting is I wanted to make sure that you all saw the input that I put in, because I put in the input, I typed exactly as it's written. Create a 160 word persuasive essay with reasons or examples on the following topic. Being able to design our children by choosing the specific physical and personality traits we would like them to have is a good idea. So it took the AI 2 minutes to respond. But when I copied and pasted it, I thought to myself, I'm like, this looks like a lot more than 160 words. So I'm just going to blow this up a little bit, or zoom in, if you will, right, writers. So it gave it a title as well, which, I'm not going to count that. But I did look at the word count and I was like, this is more than 160 words. And it was. It's 288. So 288 words. So it did not give me 160 words. It actually went beyond that. So I may need to adjust and say something like, create a persuasive essay, or create a persuasive essay in no more than 160 words. So I may have to adjust the prompt. However, I would like to go ahead and read what the AI created, and just share that with you, right, writers, because I would really like to, again, examine the human versus the AI element on the same topic. Again, it took the AI 2 minutes to write this. It took me 25 minutes to write the other essay. And of course, what we can do then, right, writers, is take the time to then shrink this and make it 160 words. So again, I mean, it's unbelievable, right, writers. And I was thinking about when AI and all of this was coming out, I thought to myself, my gosh, that's sort of the end of this channel, because ultimately, what's the point when the AI is able to produce, quality work? But I still persist, and to some extent we are going to have to think for ourselves, and we have to maybe put in the prompt the way it needs to be put in so it gives us the output we're looking for. And it's just sort of fun, to see, have this human versus AI writing battle. All right, so the title, right, writers, is The Benefits of Designing Our Future Generations. In today's world, the rapid advancement of genetic engineering presents the possibility to design our children by selecting their physical and personality traits. Wow, already unbelievably awesome. Embracing this opportunity has the potential to yield numerous benefits for both the child and society as a whole. Notice the more formal structure of the AI's writing versus my writing structure, which was a bit more conversational. Let's go to the next one. I hope I say this right. If it's Tay Sachs. So I'm sure you all will let me know in the comments. Firstly, designing our children can help eliminate life threatening genetic diseases. By choosing specific traits, we have the power to eradicate debilitating conditions such as Down syndrome, Tay Sachs, and cystic fibrosis. This could significantly improve the quality of life for countless individuals, while simultaneously providing much needed relief to their families and reducing the burden on healthcare systems. Excellent point, AI, especially on the healthcare systems. I think that's really interesting. And again, we can have some pretty probably heated discussions about these debilitating conditions. But that's another thought, another discussion for another day. Secondly, tailoring children's traits can help foster a generation of talented and specialized individuals. By selecting strengths in science, arts, sports, or any other field, I didn't even think about music. I should have included music as well, right, writers? By selecting strengths in science, arts, sports, or any other field, it creates an environment where each child has the potential to excel, ultimately contributing to a more innovative and prosperous society. Definitely, I could not agree more with this AI. Moreover, notice the transition words. So, right, writers, we have firstly, we have secondly, and then we have moreover. Moreover, customizing our children's personalities could lead to more harmonious interpersonal relationships. By fostering desirable traits such as empathy, kindness, and patience, we nurture a future society that prioritizes compassion, understanding, and cooperation over conflict and discord. Love that paragraph. Um, Fantastic. I mean, I'm just not necessarily put to shame, but hey, I'm a human being. What can I tell you? Finally, the process of trait selection may even contribute to global biodiversity. Parents could choose physical traits that protect their children from environmental challenges like extreme temperatures and UV radiation, which not only enriches our society's genetic diversity, but also prepares us for an uncertain future on an ever changing planet. In conclusion, I feel like if this was a Mortal Kombat video game, it would be like, finish him, but finish her. So this is one of those where I'm like, wow, I am in awe of the ability of Chat GPT 4. In conclusion, designing our children by choosing specific physical and personality traits is a beneficial idea as it presents opportunities to eliminate genetic diseases, promote excellence in various fields, nurture harmonious interpersonal relationships, and enhance global biodiversity. I mean, talk about an outstanding thesis. Love it. Way to just summarize exactly what was said in each paragraph. The potential benefits of this idea far outweigh any ethical concerns, paving the way for a brighter future for all. If I had to take this and shrink it to 160 words, what might that look like? Because again, at its current how it's currently written, we have exactly what was it, 288. So 288 words. So in this case, and again, I'm really just playing here, right, writers? But what would it look like if I shrunk, had to shrink this to 160 words? So let me go ahead and take this, and I'm going to go ahead and copy it again and paste it down below. And then let me mess with it and shrink it to 160 words and see how where this might go. I definitely am keeping the first sentence, and embracing this opportunity has the potential to yield numerous benefits. Okay, I would definitely take this out here, this whole for both the child and society as a whole. So I will take that out. And again, firstly, and I don't think we need that transition word and just going instead into it. Designing our children can help eliminate life threatening genetic diseases. By choosing specific traits, we have the power to eradicate um, debilitating conditions such as um, and I think I'm just going to go with cystic fibrosis and just go with one instead of three. This could significantly improve the quality of life for countless individuals while simultaneously providing relief instead of much needed relief to their families and reducing the burden on healthcare and maybe taking out systems. Then instead of saying secondly, I think I would then use moreover or furthermore. Tailoring children's traits can help foster a generation of talented and specialized individuals. Um, and I think I would take out ultimately contributing to a more innovative and prosperous society. And then, moreover, customizing our children's personalities could lead to more harmonious interpersonal relationships by fostering desirable traits and I think I'm going to go with cooperation and understanding over conflict and discord. And understanding over conflict and discord. Okay. And then, so I don't know. I think this one is to me kind of a throwaway paragraph. I don't think we need that. I think we can take that out. Again, I like the idea of it. I mean, that's really thinking far into the future. But I'm going to go ahead and remove this paragraph, right, writers, and I can always go back and put it back in, and take out and enhance biodiversity and nurture and just end this with and nurture harmonious interpersonal relationships. So let's see where I am right now, right, writers, with this new essay here, where I did some cutting of the where I did some cutting. Sorry, right, writers, if that adjusted there for you all as it did for me. But maybe you didn't see that. So let's see the word count here. Okay, I'm still at 209 words. So I have to cut out quite a bit. So oh, I think I'm going to delete, and I hate to do it, right, writers, but I think I'm going to delete that paragraph on helping foster a generation of talented and specialized individuals. And I'm going to delete that paragraph and take that part out, promoting, um, what was there? Promoting excellence in various fields. So taking that out. Now let's take a look at, again, 160 words here and see where we are. 167. Okay, so I just have 7 words to remove. In conclusion, I don't like in conclusion. I really have an issue with that. Um, I would go with therefore designing. Now that doesn't change anything, so I still need to remove words. Is beneficial as it presents instead of is a beneficial idea. Okay. The potential benefits, instead of saying again of this idea, just say the potential benefits far outweigh any ethical concerns, paving the way for a brighter future for all. Okay. Tools, word count 161. Okay, I just have to eliminate one word. Instead of society, I can just say we nurture a future that prioritizes. Let's go with that instead of saying we nurture a future society. And right writers, I have it down to 160. So again, just taking that much larger, 288 words, remove some paragraphs, and this is what we are left with. Again, I'm not going to continue um, torturing you all with another reading of this essay, but again, you can see the the ways in which ChatGPT and ChatGPT 4 that I used here is able to, generate what you need, and you can always shrink it. Now, obviously, the Oxford test of English or any test in which you are in an environment and the timer's going, you don't have this opportunity. But again, right writers, what it does is it gives you a very different type of essay. And so not only am I able to give you my voice and my take on an essay, a persuasive essay, but we also have a more formal, polished AI version of the same essay. And in this case, again, I had to shrink it to fulfill the 160 word count. So, with that said, and it did it in 2 minutes versus 25, but it took me a few minutes to do the editing. So, the editing process, maybe took me 5 or 10. So, just keep that in mind also, right, writers, when you're using AI, that, again, you're going to want to make adjustments. With that said, right writers, thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that using, incorporating AI and the Chat GPT 4 was illuminating. And apparently that seems to be my word today, illuminating to you all. And again, I'm not worried about it. I'm not concerned about it. I'm actually pretty excited about what AI is going to bring. To our future. So I embrace it. I mean, I definitely am one who embraces progress. And this is hopefully just one of those examples, I guess, one of these values, right, writers, that I'm sharing with you, that I am a YouTuber who does embrace progress, even if it means the end of channels like mine or others where what's the point when we have AI, and it can write our stories and our essays for us. So, with that said, right writers, thank you so much again for enduring this longer video. And again, I will provide the link for the 501 writing prompts. They go through narrative, persuasive, and we will, I'll just kind of take a prompt and go with it. Next week I'm going to take this same prompt again, use the AI Chat GPT 4, and we will argue as to why designing our children is a bad idea in our next video. Again, thank you so much, right writers. I hope this video was helpful, useful, interesting, fascinating, and I wish you all a great week, rest of your week. Thank you so much, right writers. Take care. Cruise out. Love you guys. Bye bye.